They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. Yeah. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate. Yeah. I had to elevate. I'm way up, way too fly. Yeah, I'm feeling myself. Ain't no chance I'm coming down. No, got a soul view to myself. Yeah. Why would I give it up? Why do they wanna come take my place? I work too hard for it, don't need a replacement. It's my vocation. Now I got rollies all in rotation. Hop on a jet just to take a vacation. Remember the moments was trapped in the basement. Now the hard work is all taking me places. Squatting on bed like we trapped in the matrix. Bet on myself and go ball out in Vegas. Living a life like I'm rich and I'm famous. Don't see the grind that I know that it came with. I ain't make it this far for myself. I had to prove to everybody else. I had to set them straight. I had to boss. I had to renovate. I know they hate when you elevate. The second of losses, I'm handing them out. Yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment. I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly. I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. Yeah, they hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate.
Burn Live, y'all. Marijuana keeping y'all connected. Hashtagging these red eyes, changing the viewer's eye red, keeping underage smoking off social media. Definitely killing myself for your entertainment. Sitting here with friends and family, starting a cannabisation. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. I'm calling this the sunrise because I am on the West Coast. The sun hasn't rise like it is on the East Coast. And so therefore, hopefully we're going to be live until at least the sunrise, sun come up in the background, which I appreciate. You get to stay with me and join with me in this festivities. I am just kind of tweeting this out real quick that I am live and still sharing our content. I am close to some I am close to some goals that I am willing to try to keep up with and try to get into. So therefore, stay in my gym. Plus, I got to share out my content. Share out my YouTube page. A lot of people don't know I'll be on Facebook, live on YouTube, live on Twitch, Twitter, live on multiple channels and stations and hits and everywhere. Just wondering what people are doing. Really having a good morning. Best festivities. I really didn't have too much planned out. I'm not gonna lie to you, didn't have too much planned out. Just knew waking back, we were probably gonna be talking some news, a little bit of the Olympics, just a little bit of the Olympics, not too much. Right now, I'm just kind of just going through to see like, man, who can I send out a request just in case they are in the mood or feeling like coming aboard. I don't have too many people that have the audacity to come upon the podcast and talk to me. Get a little scary. Okay, so I really been watching. I've been looking at content, trying to get a better understanding and a grasp of what's been going on here in America and what are we the people are looking for. And so I've been running across this Antoine and his group, and they really have been putting into some good conversations. Even if the one about cops, that's the one I'm gonna go over with y'all once I be able to find. I watched a lot of videos, but I did want to go over that because I thought it was very educational and listening from different point of views. I thought that how people view the police officer is very different. And some statistics I put out and how you look at it from your county, from your point of view, from where you from, your legislation and stuff like that. It may be different from how you look at it from somebody else's point of view when it comes to justification. And I was so intrigued to really hear people talk different and not hold back on what they think. So therefore, I don't know how people that watch my show thinks about the police officer. I had some people come in and say they really do not like the police officer and stuff like that. Plus the killing that just went down in Chicago, in Springfield, Chicago, really bringing up a lot of controversy. Uh, Really with controversy and thing that's going on. So therefore, it's bringing up the discussion about what's going on. I think this was a good timing. George Floyd was a good time. Anytime there's police brutality and we need a better understanding of reforming our education and what it looks like, I am definitely down for it. I'm going to be with it. I think we should be looking forward towards the future of how to better ourselves. Well, I wonder who we do. Hmm.
right? That's just a beta test. And we need to be careful about what we wish for when we say the police is bad and we need them to be reformed because, we want them to be nicer and softer and good. What's going to happen is before you know it, you're going to see a robot cop walking down the street. and they're not going to have any empathy. They're not going to have any type of, they're not going to be human. And, that's what I believe. And so a lot of us are complaining about things that we really take advantage of. To me, a cop is like a thankless job, like a teacher to me. It's like, okay, there is a lot of danger involved with being a cop. And, my dad, a Black cop, is someone that, we don't talk about that. A lot of people want to focus on, okay, white people are cops, but plenty of people of color are cops. Plenty of people are, college graduates out here doing, long hours. When you need something, if something happens, that's who you're going to call, or the likelihood that you're going to expect to come help you, versus maybe like your family or your friends.
Like Sonya Massey did.
House.
She expected the cop, like Sonya Massey. She expected the cops to come help.
See, and this is the problem. This is the problem. I agreed with you in your original assessment of how it was that she was handled and that the dude should be under the jail. But then when
you don't think that the police have had an issue with how they police brown and Black communities? Are you going to really say? And I'm not trying to argue. So it's never been a problem. There aren't the way
back in the 50s and the 60s.
The 50s and the 60s.
When it comes to 2010,
what happened to Tamir Rice in the park when he was just? What happened to Oscar Grant? What happened?
I believe that there's individual cops that are doing bad things. When
how many police interactions are there? Sorry,
listen. Y'all also, I can't believe y'all being finessed like this. Don't y'all realize?
No.
Think about this.
I don't think it's us that's being finessed.
No.
Notice how this panel, and I do love watching this panel and the discussion. They're real deep. They don't hold back on how they feel and educating each other on topics that I feel is important. That's what I'm trying to do to my lovely group. Hopefully one day we can do that. But I notice how Antoine and Ms. Jameson, how different they think, because not of the culture but really of where they from. And when you look at the positions of where they from and what they stand on, they still might stand on something, but it's still different when it comes to what you feel about the police. And what we feel about the police compared to what the police is actually doing is two different things. And it's finna get broken down right here. And I do want y'all to make sure y'all pay attention, get out your notepads and notebooks so you can get educated, get your blunts, get your weed, get anything that you need. And let's get into this.
If you see nothing wrong, if you see absolutely nothing wrong, just hear me out. Hear me out, because after this, there's no debating it, right? We're gonna always see these things differently. You're pro-police. You don't think there's ever been an issue with policing. They've always had the trust of Black. I just asked you that, Anton.
I said in the 50s and the 60s specifically.
And that is a ridiculous thing to say, because you know good and well that is just simply untrue. But your beliefs work for you. Your beliefs work for you, but they're not facts, and that's just what it is, babe. But if you all believe. If you all believe,
we don't even have these conversations because it's not something that's promoted by the media until it's election season. And so the only reason that we're talking about this is because it's to keep us distracted from the things that's really meaningful. It's not that police reform is a problem. It's that they continue to promote this thing because they want y'all to have a conversation based off of race, and they know that they're going to finesse you into having
everything is based off of race in America, Anton. Everything is based off of race in America. Why are we acting like it's not the truth?
World,
it was based on racism. Are y'all for real? Oh my God. And we're the ones that's been
you will find what
I'm see. Now this is where I be getting in groups, I get in conversations, and I be looking like, dang, we're getting a misunderstanding. But yet again, it's not a misunderstanding. It's a simple fact that this lady right here, every time she wakes up and goes outside, she believes that police is out to come and get her. Period. You really got to look at that, child. That's her belief. That's what she stands on. That is what she is bringing to the table. Oops. That's what she's bringing to the table. I don't think that we, as a whole, see police brutality the same. We as a whole, as a group, some of us need to really somewhat get out of our feelings and try to look at the statistic. Quit up here saying and believing that every day a cops go outside, he is strictly trying to come and get us and destroy us. When you and this person by herself can get up and come outside and don't have no police officers coming to bother her at all. You have no police brutality, none whatsoever. But yet again, you can sit up here on a show, on a live stream, and say that we don't get to understand something. We don't see it the way you see it. We tripping. And that's how she's presenting herself. I want you to go back and bring it up. Let's go.
Acting like it's not
In
the
your
truth.
world,
It was based on racism. Are y'all
Hold on, let's go back.
Because they want y'all to have a conversation based off of race, and they know that they're gonna finesse you into having
everything is based off of race in America, Anton. Everything is based off of race in America.
It's
Why are we
not.
acting like it's not
in
the
your
truth?
world,
It was
It's
based on racism.
It's
Are y'all for real? Oh my God! And we're the
what you
ones
look
that's
for,
been.
you will
And the
find.
finesse
What you look
is-
for, you
What?
will find.
You know that you do know the history, right? You do know the history.
is notice how listen.
You've been finessed to believe that this hasn't been a problem.
What was
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Jazz. 2023. What was the police issue? That was.
Woo, Jesus. That you know what? I'm done.
No, don't
done. I'm
don't
done.
deflect. Don't deflect. What was
No,
the 2020?
you got it.
You asked me a question. I answered it straight up. What was the 2023 and the 2022 police issue? When it comes
What do
to
you
police,
mean? What was it? What do you mean?
who
What
was
was
the person that was hurt by the police officers in 2022 or 2023?
several people? What do you mean? I don't know. That's
Name
too
one.
vague to ask.
Name one.
That's too vague to ask.
It's not
You
too
name
vague.
one.
Name one. Name any one of them. Name any person that you think was being policed wrong when it comes to the brown and black communities, and that was unjustly, negatively dealt with and hurt and killed by the police officers.
Okay, well, Sonya Massey, that just happened.
That was
Right,
24.
That's
22 and
24.
23 for a
22
reason.
or 23.
2022, 23. Give me a second. I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up.
The fact is, you're trying to prove that
I'm
you
not
can.
naming off the top of my head and be on questions like this.
You can't do it.
I don't. Just because I can't think of a name right now on the spot, I can go right now and Google a whole list of names of people that have been killed by excessive force by the police. Y'all sitting here trying to pick apart this just because I can't name.
You know.
Deny the fact that there is a policing issue in this country. Y'all are trying to deny the fact that this country is based on racism and everything about this country is built on race. That's what they built it off of.
This is the part where I don't like, where she's saying America was built off race. When, for real, to be honest with anybody that is watching my show, we were built off of Christian values. That's what we was built off of. We was not built on nothing else but Christian values. And the works of hard people that wanted to get away from their countries and start all over, wanted a new break. There were, I believe, to be six different countries. Yeah, 6 different countries here at the same time, all fighting over land. That's why you come up with the word Six Flags. I just found that out. So, you know what I'm saying? When you think about stuff like that, you can't, I just don't like that people would sit up here and straight basic things off of racism. Like, oh yeah, that's, you know it is. And there's no statistics, nothing to back it up, nothing to prove it. But yet the fact that we've been through slavery. And that's what she basically going to base it out. Not only is she going to base it off that, you also have this person over here. Now look, y'all. If I'm tripping, I'm tripping. Okay. But yet again, I don't think that I am tripping when we're discussing about police brutality and you have people smacking themselves in the face. You have majority of everybody else being super, super quiet and really having that serious face, trying to really understand what is being said and how it's being digressed. If you can really say that America is built upon racism. I would like for you to explain and put down in the comments. But yet again, the argument that police officers going outside every day trying to kill me. I should have been dead. I shouldn't be 40. Um, I stay across the street from a police station, so therefore the risk of me getting locked up should be very high because I'm brown skinned. It should. But yet again, I walk up down the street every day and don't have that type of risk.
We are the superiors. You are the inferiors. You're my slave because of your skin color. You're going to build these streets. You're going to build these walls. You're going to build these businesses for free. We're going to breed you. We're going to use you to birth our babies, clean our babies. We're not going to pay you for anything that you contribute to this country. We're going to terrorize your neighborhoods when you do try to progress. We're going to do everything in our power to keep you what it is. And y'all can cover your faces and hold your eyes all you want. This is just simply the facts. And I know that it's hard for you to receive that because you live in your bubble where because you think you host police nights at your rooftop, that you think you got a hand over there and you're safe. I just see it differently, baby. And I understand that we all can just see it differently. I know the chat hates me. I know everybody hates Jasmine because I don't always agree with Anton. But at the end of the fucking day, police brutality has and still is an issue in this country. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with calling it out. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, we need help in police reform so they understand how to not view Black and brown people as criminals first, because that's their indoctrination across the board. You're already guilty before they even know what's going on, which is why they entered Sonia Maxey's house the way they did, which is why.
Yet again, my argument to that is not true. You do not go to court being guilty already. You are literally, when you go to court, it says it. You're innocent until proven guilty. Now, it's a fact, ladies and gentlemen. This is a fact that if you go to Mexico, it's literally the opposite. You're guilty until proven innocent instead of innocent until proven guilty. That's a difference. There are places that really cover like this. There are really places that are really like that. So we need to really be a little bit more precise and careful how we just saying police brutality is out here aiming at Black folks only, and it's only towards Black folks. Like, this lady is really progressing. And you would think on a panel full of people, there'd be more people on this panel that would agree with her. Obviously, it's not. Why? Because not only do people see it differently, but maybe people are starting to really wake up in this generation and forward, really still see what it's like instead of listening to their parents and grandfathers and that thug trapper that's on the block that's trying to explain to you and me that this is how it really is. And we're on the block, yes, it's probably like that, but in a neighborhood, it's not like this. This lady, Miss Jessica, I ain't no telling where she at, and she cannot sit on this panel and tell nobody that she goes down the street every day fearing the police, scared for the police is going to do something bodily harm to her, or she'll be strapped up.
Why Trayvon Martin is dead, which is why Sandra Bland is dead, which is why Tamir Rice is dead. Let's be fucking for real. Like you can say there are some good police officers, but they're not loud enough when it comes to shit like this. And if you are any type of human and you know that there are disparities when it comes to Black people and policing, whether you white, Black, yellow, or brown, it will piss you off to see the constant injustices that are inflicted upon the people, just as a human. Instead of seeing you're trying to debate, oh, they've never done anything wrong. When the police entire organization was formed to catch runaway slaves, to catch Black people trying to run away to freedom. And you think that indoctrination has not been the same since? It has. Yeah. That's why it's still an issue. And I know Jasmine is so crazy. Jasmine is so loud. She's so masculine. She said, "No, I'm passionate about my people, and I know what I'm talking about. And I'm not biased just because I want to be white adjacent or align with whiteness because that makes me feel successful. But y'all got it.
Let me just say this one
keep
thing,
the
and then
same
I'm gonna let.
energy when we kill each other. Don't always
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I was gonna
Right,
say
because of
that.
it, right? Because
No, but
yeah,
what about
okay,
that?
okay, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine, right?
the police.
But
Right, because
Jazz,
we'll live forever with police on our side, right? We
what
we
about
see
the
that
group?
they
Hold on,
they have a
Jazz. You
track
gotta
record.
listen for a second, though, back.
Hold
What
on,
about
let
the
her
group of
talk.
black
Let her
police
talk.
officers that beat another black man? What about that? Why are we making this a race issue?
Listen, if y'all listen to me clearly, I didn't
It's a
never
group
say,
of black police officers who use excessive force.
Molly, I got
Somebody
you.
else.
Listen, if you listen to me clearly, I never said white police officer, black police officer. I said police officer. Whether you're white or black, it's a problem for me.
Hold on one second.
For everybody. And to be honest with you, and it's no disrespect to anybody on the panel who has ever had a family member in policing, a salute to them. I'm sure they do a great job, but some of the worst cops are black cops. That's just what it is. If y'all think that these people, these group of people, this organization of police in this country has earned your trust that much, where you want to host rooftop parties for them, you go right ahead. But I see what's happening. I see what's been happening, and I see it ain't been no change. And when you got people like
the media.
Do anybody see? Anybody can agree with anything she says? Anybody has seen a difference in a neighborhood out there, good or bad? Hey, go to your neighborhood. Come to my neighborhood. Tell me what your neighborhood looks like. Explain to me the difference between your neighborhood and my neighborhood and what makes the police officers different. Or is it like Antoine said, it's that one bad cop that's in your neighborhood that's terrorizing people. It's that one bad cop in somebody else's neighborhood that's making it bad for everybody else. Is that what we're seeing? Because that's what I think I see. I walk up and down the street and I keep on outside. Don't forget, y'all, this is the Sunrise Weed Nations. Good morning to everybody that's coming to the show. Appreciate everybody tapping in. Please put a comment if you got something to say. We're talking about police brutality. Do you believe in it? Yes or no? Let me know your comments. Put it in the chat. I like reading the chat. This is a live stream. We're going to go into the sunrise. I do see the sun over the horizon. But Miss Jasmine up here is hype. She not letting nobody talk. I want to hear other people talk. Let's see if we can get some more comment. I'm really liking this discussion. I think we probably need to have this discussion.
Jasmine sound like me.
She reminds me more of how 95210 thinks when it comes to police officers.
I'm not saying how I think. I'm just saying how I don't let nobody talk. Like, yo, let a person get a word in.
No, you come a long way from over exaggerate. Keep rumbling without letting somebody talk.
Over exaggerating.
When you in the zone, you're in the zone. I use the wrong words, but when people are in a zone, as I'm gonna use, in a zone, they just get caught up in the moment. They really want to make sure their message is heard, and I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. What I think is wrong in like this situation right here is you're shooting out a lot of statistics and feeling statistics that are just saying, hey, this is how it is. You know what I'm saying? When you got 2, 4, 6, 8, you got 10 people on this panel, which you ask everybody how it is in a neighborhood, you're gonna get a different response. So therefore, you can't just sit up here and say all bad police officers or the system that police officers have made, because the police officer system was made to kidnap black people and make sure they were slaves. Okay, that sounds good, but yet again, it's 2024. There's nobody slave. So what are they out here doing? Yet again, you hear about police officers killing more handicapped students, handicapped kids than you do grown-ups. Like there's different analysis out here to go by just to hear what she said and think that is 100% true. Let's see. Let's go a little bit further.
It is showing us as well.
And I also see what's right in front of me, seeing disparities within our communities. But y'all got it. We ain't gonna fight about it. Y'all right.
The thing that's not popular and the thing that they don't show you in the media on a regular basis is that disproportionately police officers get killed almost every single day by black
crazy.
people.
It's
not
crazy.
about white people.
Listen, you sign up to be a police officer, you might die.
Oh wow!
Wow!
There we go, right? Just like a firefighter.
She said pretty much that's what you signed up for.
They don't want to go home with their families too. How insensitive can you be?
Don't be.
Thank you. I think this is one of those points I needed to go off of. You seen the reactions of her when she brought out statistics that nobody agreed upon. She really didn't get no action. But as soon as she said something that they disagreed upon, that majority of the panel disagreed upon, like, yeah, you signed up to be a police officer, be ready to take a bullet in that. I think 9-5 said that one time too, and I looked at them like, that's crazy. We got family members and people that join up with this because they seen something.
I can't hear you, Michael.
Ignorant. What I said was this: when you sign up to be a police officer, or when you sign up to be a firefighter, when you sign up for that type of work, you know that there is a liable a chance that you may not be able to go home that night. You're in the line of fire, literally. You signed up to risk your life. That's the job.
So they should be honored, and the bad ones should be shunned and prosecuted accordingly.
Well, shun them, Coach K. Shun them every time. Every time a police officer does something crazy or prejudice or anything, and you feel like that is wrong, stand up for it. Stand up for it loudly, and get your other counterparts to do the same. That's what
other counterparts? I thought this wasn't a race thing.
Well, guess what? Well, guess what? Sometimes it is. Sometimes it is.
I'm sorry, your mic's not loud enough, sir.
Can I also add something? Oh, sorry. You can hear me now?
Whatever.
Be louder than Jasmine's to talk.
Can I say something really fast?
Go ahead. Y'all and then ill.
Do you guys think that it would have been a completely different outcome if the cops 1A were both black, or if one cop was black and one cop was white? Do you guys think the outcomes would have been completely different?
It wouldn't have.
And I only asked that because I only asked that because I have a friend who's also a cop, and this conversation has gotten me to want to have this chat with him, and one of my friends was like, well, he's black, so it's completely different. So I wanted to post that to you guys.
Wait. Okay. We just gonna let y'all just gonna skip over the fact that she just basically validated a person dying because they put on a fucking uniform.
No.
That's not what I said, bro. That is not what I said. That's weird as hell. Understand what I said. I didn't say
it's weird. No. You can't sit here and say it's weird. I gotta
go. Jazz, let.
So it's weird as hell for us to sit here and listen to you say what you just said about a police officer because they put on a uniform. You the weird one. You weird. You weird as hell. Thinking that these people shouldn't have that they signed up for the possibility of dying. That's not what they signing up for.
I know what I said, and you know what I said. And if you want to
Okay,
spin
what
this,
did you?
Ain't that the same difference? No matter how she tried to reword it, because she's like, "You gonna change my words around?" We're not changing your words around. You believe that if I sign up for a dangerous job, like you're gonna get what you get. If you signed up for a firefighter, expect to get burned. You signed up for a police officer, expect to get shot. If you signed up to be an electrician, expect to get electrocuted. Right? I mean, I know you. I know my audience, but come on, y'all. I believe that's what I'm hearing.
because it works for you and your
What did you
audience.
say?
So right
What
there.
did you say?
No, you know what I said. You know what I said.
I know.
And then she got an attitude. I wish you. And this is where this part right here, y'all. I be trying to ask my fellow co-workers and people that come on my show is when we have these debates, try your best to leave the emotions to the side. And this is why,
It's
right?
kind of hard to do when you are kind of passionate about certain things. But
And that's the whole point of I say try. I understand it's hard, but try. Because right now, and I'm only going to speak about this right here. Right now, she's at a moment where she's not open to hear other people's opinion. And right now, everybody is on attack mode because yet again the statement that she said, even though she said it, she's trying to reiterate like I didn't mean exactly what I said. I mean what I said, but I want to switch it and mean something else. And if you notice, I even get on my crew about that. You can't just sit up here and use a certain phrase, use words, use terms, and then expect somebody not to think a certain way because you meant it a whole nother way. Now, maybe that was a long sentence, but you see what I'm saying? She said, when you put on a badge, you expect to get shot. When you put on a firefighter uniform, expect to get burned. If you become an electrician, expect to get electrocuted. But that's not why we signed up for these jobs. I signed up to protect my community when it comes to police officer. Firefighter, I wanted to put out, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I want to put out fires. I want to help people. I want to be of servants to people.
I know
No,
what you
no,
said.
no, but you know what I said, right? You know what I just said. That's why you just said what I said, right?
I'm giving you an opportunity to
You
give
know
me
what I
some
said, babe. No,
What
I'm
did
not
you
repeating
say?
myself. You
What
know
did
what
you
I
say?
said.
Oh,
You was
so
about to
you
go
will
on
repeat?
tangent.
No. So you will
You was
repeat
about to go
yourself.
on. You were
No,
about
you
to.
repeat. Listen, you willing to repeat yourself? You know you fucking wrong. You repeat yourself
I'm
in every
wrong.
situation. Yes, you repeat yourself in every situation. You aggressive when it comes to illustrating a point that the thing that you're passionate about, which is fine. We have no problem with that whatsoever. And you know I don't like to live in an echo chamber, and so I'm cool with that. But now all of a sudden you want to stand down because you know
Okay,
what I
here's
said.
what I said. Here's what I said.
Now, April, do you feel the same way?
yeah,
Why, may I ask?
because I don't know, just for the same way.
Because I almost feel how like if you're gonna be passionate about something, okay, be passionate, ain't no wrong with that, you know what I'm saying? But understandable when you may say something that you fully may not meant. And I'm not speaking
Mm.
you, I'm just speaking in general. Sometimes there are conversations, there are words spoken that a person truly did not mean. It was totally taken out of content. But yet again, we can sit up here and argue with that person like, oh, you didn't take it out of content. You meant what you said. You meant it.
Good
And
point.
deep down inside, you kind of feel like in her situation, you kind of feel like she meant what she said. She ain't on no bullshit. It's just alarmed at how immediately attack she got. She expected a little outburst, but she didn't expect the whole panel to jump down. She didn't expect to have to re-explain herself 3 or 4 times. But yet
Mm-hmm.
again, it's just like you said, you're passionate. We're talking about police. I think the word police officers and their job and what they're supposed to be do is not necessarily sensitive, but I think it is a conversation that needs to be had more than once so we can get an understanding of job, duties, laws, and legislation.
When you sign up to become
Huh?
No, that's right.
a police officer
I said, I
or
know.
a firefighter, you go in there knowing that there is a risk on your life. This type of job requires you to carry a gun, requires you to de-escalate robbers and criminals where your life is at risk. When you run up into a burning building as a firefighter, even though you didn't sign up to die that day, you might. Because this is dangerous work. Be clear on what I'm saying. This is dangerous work. I'm not saying, oh, they're just going to die every time. It's like, no, I'm not about to sit here and be like, they died. And if they're scared to die, then they need a different line of work. Because risking your life for this job, risking your life for this job, it comes with it. It's a part of the job description. You might be.
Cops aren't scared to die just because they might.
I'm not. Listen, I'm not saying they're. Go ahead, because y'all.
No,
Again,
let her
I'm
finish
a
the statement.
someone.
Let her finish her statement. I'm quiet. I'm listening to you, and I want to fully understand what you're saying.
What I'm saying is, if I go and sign up to be a cop today, right? I know for a fact that it may be a chance that I may not get to go home that night. I may end up dead in the line of duty. Just like when you go to war, right? You don't want to die. You don't think you're gonna die, right? But unless you were drafted, you signed up, right? In hopes that you fight for your country and live to tell about it. But we already know, right? That there's a chance you might not come home. So that's all I'm saying. Nobody is saying that that's why they do it to do it. But don't make it seem like they die every day. Yes, unfortunately, in that line of work, that's what happens.
I heard you. Cool. Hold on. I'm gonna let you go right after me. And I heard you. Cool. I appreciate you for giving me the extra clarification. And you said that directly as a response to when I say, because I was saying to you that police officers die disproportionately from Black people committing crimes, serving warrants, whatever, policing their own communities. And then you directly as a response said what you just said, and then you gave the additional context to it. Here's the problem. Huh?
Okay.
What do you mean? Okay. I was still talking. What
do you mean? Okay, go ahead. Sorry. I thought I
heard. So again, my point is that we have no compassion for people just because they put on a uniform at all. And we think it's only supposed to be one-sided. And so we would rather have conversations about and make it always about race, even when you have people policing your own community that's a part of the community, which is one of the things that Black people ask for, but we don't take no responsibility of holding the people accountable that's committing the crimes in our own community. We'll completely ignore the Black on Black crime, and then we'll have conversations about white on Black crime. We'll have conversations about whether or not somebody is policing your community effectively, but we don't even have conversations about whether or not that police officer is in the line of duty, and we have no compassion. Zero compassion whatsoever, because even when it comes to troops, we have compassion for them and we say, thank you for your service. Oh man, if it's one troop that died, that's war on American soil. But a police officer can get his life, his or her life taken away, because there's women that's dying out here too. And we have no compassion for it whatsoever, only because we want to align based off of race. And if that's how it happens, if you die, then that's just what you signed up for. And these people are supposed to give a fuck. They supposed to go into your war zones, places that you don't even want to be into, and fix your communities with no support whatsoever. And you think that these people are willing, and they should be willing every single day in order to serve you, and you don't give a fuck about them? That's not even.
I don't think that's what Jazz was saying. I don't think Jazz.
Listen. You can't tell me the same way that I can't tell her how she's supposed to feel about a certain situation. You can't tell me how I'm supposed to feel about the people that we call as the first responders to the issues that we don't even want to deal with ourselves. We don't fucking go outside to go and investigate that shit ourselves. We call the police and say, hey man, I think it's somebody crawling around in my backyard. What the fuck is going on?
Wasn't Jazz this whole time just giving her opinion though? Like she wasn't even telling
I'm giving my opinion
or us how to feel. So she was just saying like that, like very passionate about the situation, but she was never trying to force it on us.
Okay,
what does that have
I
to do with anything?
I was listening to everybody, right?
But I could have heard it wrong.
I was listening to everybody, right? And I have a couple points in terms of, first off, respect to all first responders, that's police officers. Thank you for your service, right? What I want to say is two wrongs don't make a right. So yes, it's wrong that there are police officers that are murdering people, Black people. In this case, that lady was murdered, right? But at the same time, we can't say that the people that make the conscious decision to put their life on the line to protect us should also be defunded. So that's why I'm against defunding the police. Because in every sector where there's a higher risk of your life, of losing your life, is usually in the higher paid jobs. So taking away the funding for the people who are willing to put their life on the line for us is just ludicrous to me. What I would say
I think
is
that they should take away the funding, bro. I'm with it. No. I'm 100% with it, because then they gonna be complaining about the crime in their area.
So what I would say is, right?
Look, take it away from them and give it to us. I'm cool. Give me.
Now, what he's going into is what I be looking at as reforming. When we hear defunding the police or refunding, I forgot the word that they use. Reformat the police and what it takes to become a police officer and how you should dictate and law a police officer in the jurisdictions and stuff like that. Reformat the police station. I think that should be done. Yes. I can agree with anybody if they say, yeah, man, I think that should be done. That should be done. And if there was a way to make that possible and make that a little bit more true, I would. I'm down with that one. Sure is. Now, that's what Anton's talking about. Give me the money back. And then if somebody would say, give me the money back, I'm willing for you to sit up here and give me the money. And anytime I hear any noises around my neighborhood, me and my neighborhood to take care of it. I'll make sure me and my peoples eat. You know what I'm saying? I have these 2 blocks, or I have this 1 block, or however many blocks I want to service. You had to do it like that. Think about that. That's how you'll distribute money. Like, who wants to take care of what blocks? Because them the people that you're going to want to help. People that are trying to better their surroundings, their area.
Need more police in my area, and I'm gonna feel way safer, and I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and self-police and also get social workers to respond to police calls, or what would usually be police calls, and so they can make sure that they go and talk people down and find the criminals based off of their social work skills. Y'all go ahead.
We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that, right? So
y'all deserve every single thing that y'all get in y'all communities. Everything you get, you deserve it. 100%.
What we should do is, and this is from being a criminologist, is look into profiling, right? Is look into the way that we educate our officers on how to deal with certain situations, because that money could be put into that. However, though, we also have to look in, I'm not sure if y'all know what community policing is building that relationship between the community and the police. A lot of police officers, y'all don't even have a relationship. There are police officers who have relationships with the people in their community.
In this situation, man, he's just trying to be arrogant and make a point. But y'all really, really gotta do is look at these situations, dogs, and how it is out here, dog. You may say it's bad in your in these streets, but is it bad in your neighborhood for real? Is there high crime? Are you having to kill boys like it is in Chicago? Are we having these outrageous break-ins and looting stores where there's no grocery behind for you to go get groceries? Is that happening in your store? And if that's not happening in your store, y'all, I just wanted to try something out real quick. But if y'all wanted that to happen in your store, that's what's going on. This is what type of brutality you're gonna have. Sunshine, y'all. Sunshine, y'all. Good morning to you. Well, we got like 95, 94 days until the election. How it's going down. Keeping up with the goodies. Keeping up with the oldies. Yeah, that's messed up. When I turn off my camera, they pull me down. Y'all, but understandable. Just trying to do something real fast. Yep, it's almost getting to that time. As you see, the sun is rising. Like I said, y'all, good morning. This is Very Good Morning Show. Rocking with y'all. Just had April up in here for a second, chilling. Man, I've been really looking like, I think these conversations, like I said, I think this like the 4th or 5th time that I said that, but these conversations really need to happen. I think these conversations are important to me. And if we don't have them, then how do we know? I know people like putting things up in the comment section, but I really would like to hear out your mouth and where you from. Instead of going to get big celebrities and guests, I would like to reach out to simple, everyday local people. Since I'm an everyday local person, I want to start just getting just a simple anybody's and everybody that has a voice, has an opinion, but not really big into the podcast and bring it onto my show so we can sit down and have a conversation. I think this is what we need, and this is what I would like to bring to you. Also, y'all know I'm also going to be bringing y'all the news. One thing I had stopped doing, and I do apologize. I'm finna start making me a schedule what I spent to doing this show. Yeah, the first 15, 20 minutes is always going to be about marijuana, news, boom, 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 end it with boom, 2-hour show. I'm almost able to put a whole show together. But sometimes there are going to be days where it's going to be a little different.
Recreational.
Let me just bring this up here.
Marijuana sales are moving closer to becoming reality in Ohio.
In fact, some experts believe they could get the green light today. Candace Hare joins us live. So Candace, where do things stand right now?
Good morning, Dave, Danita. Yes, the latest development is that the Ohio Division of Cannabis Control, they have issued dual usage certificates to the growers, to the processors, to the testing labs that will be involved in this first wave of recreational product. Now, I do want to remind you that all of these entities, they were all already working with medical marijuana. So when you hear that dual certificate, that will allow them to work with medical marijuana and with recreational product. Now, again, that's growers, processors, and testing labs. So the missing piece of that puzzle is dispensaries. And what we're waiting for is for that same type of certificate to be issued to those dispensaries, which would allow them to sell the product. There is a cutoff date for dispensaries to be issued those certificates. That is September 7th. So sales are set to begin on or before that date.
This is a great step. with respect to Ohio's adult use program. It means that the state is continuing its process to roll out licenses, and hopefully will mean that we will have retail dispensaries online in Ohio serving Ohio adult use consumers at some point within the next couple of weeks.
So some point within the next couple of weeks, but it could be any day. That's what we've been told by the DCC. One thing I also want to note, Danita, is that when you're looking at those licenses, the reason that we've seen them come for dispensaries last is because they wanted to make sure that they had enough product for when sales begin.
All right, it's 5:02. We're taking a
Congratulations to Iowa getting their recreation on. They about to be smoking nice and big up out there. I know they can't wait. Especially when you're talking about overnight. This was like 4 days ago, so do need to do a follow-up on those stories. I will be getting into stories like that. I got an idea of something. I just want to do a sunrise with y'all. The sun. I think I got like 8 more minutes or something for the sun is really touching down. The sun is touching down in our county, but touching down here. It ain't here yet. Well, I guess it has. It's really daytime. I appreciate it. Y'all, this has been another good one. Burn Live. I should go live earlier. I'm not going to stay on here too much longer. Till next time. Peace.